Hi, I'm Gloria Fulleron, and I'm a founder of Leantime. Leantime is a people-first project management system where we empower diverse minds to see their impact and find meaning in work again.
In Leantime, the hierarchy starts at your strategy and your goals, moves into your plans and then your programs, projects, and then into your My Work dashboard, ultimately empowering you to achieve your goals.
Hi, welcome to this tutorial on how the infrastructure of a project should be set up in Leantime. I'm going to talk very high level and give a quick introduction on how we view hierarchy in a project environment and the relevance in doing so. When you log in after you've set up your first project, the view that you will typically see is the My Work dashboard. The reason for that is that you will use this as your hub for your day-to-day. This is how you organize what tasks you should be working on next. This is where you set them on your calendar, and this is where you get to be very intentional. The rest of the system really holds all of the things that are in motion, but end up being bigger than the day-to-day work. What you really need to see happen is that bigger piece of what you're trying to accomplish needs to get connected to the day-to-day. And that's where the My Work dashboard exists, so that we can take all of that high-level information around the goals and the work that's being spearheaded towards something amazing into the individual view of how you're going to structure the actual getting there. So I'm gonna call out here, the way the system works is that we really start at the strategy level, and then we move into this plans program level, and then you have the project, which then funnels into the My Work dashboard. In the drop down here, or in the project hub, is where you'll access either of any of those areas. So here is a strategy, here is a plan, there are projects down here. And what you'll see is that you'll also see the same hierarchy again. Let me move my face in the project setting. So here at the strategy level, you can see that this actually drops down. Where did I put it? Right there. And then inside of it, you can see the plan or the program that it connects to. And then inside of that program, you get the projects that relate to that. I'm going to click into this strategy real quick. The strategy is this high level, what are you trying to accomplish? Right now, it serves as a great one-pager and a great way to communicate, organize, and also track the intentionality of what you are ultimately trying to accomplish. So very high level. And then you can also create goals at this level that the projects then report up to. But for the sake of quick overview, what you get here is really the what are you trying to accomplish? What does it look like when you get there? And what are the areas that you're going to focus on in order to get there? The system defaults into customer, financial, internal processes, learning and growth following a strategic map process. You can edit and change those. The next piece of that question is, now I know what I'm focusing on in order to get there, is then what are the definitions of done, or what actually defines how do we know when we got there? And that's where your goals and your metrics come in. This will also show you plans and project overview. And then you also have the ability to come in here to do planning and process. You can see boards to really define what your strategies are. From there, you go into the plan overview. The plan overview in our long term will get better and better. What we really see this space being is the hub to manage all of the resources and the things that go around the projects that sometimes get lost in a project. So to keep things really sectioned and separate so that they're very deliberate in where they're located, you'll see that start to develop in here as well. In the interim, and as we build that out, what you'll see in this section is that you will see your overview dashboard, which will show you progress and how much work is going on and the milestones around it, what the objectives are. And then you'll also see have the ability to see the projects on a Kanban sort of status overview, and then also on the timeline overview. So you can assess the progress across at a very high level project overview. Lastly, we'll hop into the projects. Every time you create a project or a task, it will pre-assign to you. All of the work that you get assigned is what culminates into that My Work dashboard. At the project level, this is going to be, the word project can sometimes be a little overwhelming. Ultimately, at the end of every day, like we all started our day trying to accomplish something. Projects are really defined by the extensiveness of what that something is. That could be anything that you're trying to accomplish. You could have a project for life. You could have a project for school. You could have a project that's dedicated to work. You want to break it down even separate more than that. You could have a plan for university, and then you could have projects for each semester or projects for each classes. Or you could have a strategy for university. Not trying to make it confusing, but the reality is that there are multiple ways to break down all of this information. The most important thing is to really understand the hierarchy and the relationship of how they all come together. At the end of the day, you need all of those pieces to work together to get you to where you want it to be. What we often do when we sit down and plan and make progress towards something is we make a task list. Unfortunately, when we make a task list, we start to lose the relationship in the system of everything that's going on. And we really have to pull all of that back together in a way that is still manageable, not overwhelming, but then allows us to still really focus on what we need to focus on. And that's what we're working towards accomplishing here at Leantime.